Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is V and this is part 1 of my World of Warcraft The War Within playthrough. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, and if you've already been here on the channel, you might have seen some videos that I've been watching for the past week or so that just kind of helped me realize where we are in the story, how new the new story is, and what's happening in the game in general, as I took a little bit of a break from WoW. But if you haven't seen those videos and if you're new to the channel in general, make sure to press that sub button. This is where I do my MMORPG content, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, Star Wars The Old Republic, and others. Now, before I continue, I did want to say a few things about this playthrough. Even though this is going to be a story playthrough per se, as a Final Fantasy XIV player who spent a few years in Eorzea, I have a lot of empathy for a lot of my fellow FF14 players and a lot of viewers here on the channel as well who are new to World of Warcraft, who might not know what's going on at all. So as I'm doing the story, I also want to talk about some of the basics of World of Warcraft, how it's different from Final Fantasy XIV, and if you're a Final Fantasy XIV player as well and you're curious about WoW, I'm going to give you small tips on how you can ease your way into WoW and explain some things that will really help you to see if this is the game that you would ever want to try or continue or not. So from that point of view, I do believe that this playthrough is going to be a little bit different than maybe what you're used to, but regardless, we are going to be focusing on the story. I've always been a Feral Druid main, and I don't think that I'm good at Feral Druid right now, as I haven't played it in a few years, but I want to continue playing as a Feral Druid, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how my spec is doing these days, how the new talents and new everything pretty much is fitting into the spec, and of course I am most of all excited for the story. Anyway, let's play. Okay, I do think we're ready, so I will of course be reading all of the quests, and as I'm in the game for the first time now after a while when it comes to playing through the new story, I will over time be adding other useful things that I don't have right now, including some of the add-ons as well. So right now I'm not using any. So the difference between World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV is that add-ons in World of Warcraft are much more accepted, and add-ons are installed through an application, a desktop app called CurseForge. And if this is something that you're interested in, do write it in the comments of this video so that I can talk a little bit about it, maybe make a new video about it, and something that will in general help you navigate through this. But every time there is an add-on installed, I will let you know in the video. So for now, you are seeing the game very organically as it is, and I have to say that WoW has come a long way when it comes to being able to edit the layout of the game, as this is something that we as players just didn't used to have available. So in a way, I'm very proud of how far the game has come. But anyway, the first quest of the War Within is unsurprisingly called the War Within. People are experiencing visions of a radiant song all across Azeroth, Azeroth being our equivalent of Eorzea in FF14. We have reason to believe it's a warning of some kind. Meet me in Silithus. Perhaps Azeroth's speaker can shed some light on what this warning might mean. So Silithus, for those of you who don't know, is mostly a place where terrible things happen. There has never been anything good that has happened in Silithus, unfortunately. This is very handy actually, as the quest item has given us an item to teleport to Silithus. Very convenient. And like I said, never a good place. Okay, so this should be it. I'm still using the Drake from Dragonflight, even though I haven't really played Dragonflight. My Drake is terribly slow, but but I'm still very much committed to using it, as I think they're pretty, even though I'm a druid and I have travel forms, so technically I don't have to. We're gonna go and meet Jaina, and if you're new to WoW, Jaina is probably one of the characters that you've seen in, you know, cinematics or pretty much everywhere, even if you have nothing to do with World of Warcraft. But if you do know who Jaina is, then you know that this is probably something that's quite serious if we're already meeting her. Now, she's supposed to be underneath this thing. Now, as a feral druid, I really like being in my cat form. I don't see anyone here. There's an extremely shiny crystal here in this Twilight base camp, but I am just not sure how we're supposed to reach the bottom of this camp. So sometimes what happens in WoW is sometimes there is an underground of some sort, and you may be unaware of how to reach the underground, which is, if you're in a good mood, you call it a part of exploration. If you are in a bad mood, you call it downright annoying. What we also have in World of Warcraft, considering that the game sometimes has many different things from future and the past happening in the same zones, if you can't find something, there are these keepers of time who can return you to the present time if your zone happens to be in past time, which I believe is what happened to me, and that's the reason why I came back to talk to the person. So sometimes if you don't see the quest, you need to find a speech bubble of a sort on the map that looks like this. This one is called Zidormi, and this one allows you to see the zone the way it is right now. Now, I should have assumed that I was not in the present because of no sword, and this sword is something that I, should have remembered as something that's quite important. Now, there's a little bit of a bug that's showing me myself in my druid travel form and me still being in the dragonflight mount appearance, which is actually fairly strange. I'm not sure if this is a bug or if this is intended, that my travel form works like this. I really, really hope that it isn't, because that would be new for me. As you can see, there are plenty of the people who are going currently through the story. So, Lady Jaina is right here, and for some reason... Vision. Oh, okay.
You saw it too.
Okay, that was intended.
They're growing stronger.
What's really interesting, and a little bit of a difference between World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV, is that World of Warcraft is extremely, extremely voiced, even out of the cutscenes. So this is something that I find to be a real positive when it comes to the game, as sometimes you will just be questing, getting these speech bubbles, but at the same time the quests, the quest givers
the
will
time for dreaming is
read
over.
to you. So, Jaina Proudmoore says, Locust Walker told us that the people of his home world once received a vision not unlike the Radiant Song, and then Karesh fell to shadow. By the time the Ethereals realized their world was warning them of the coming danger, it was already too late. We cannot allow the same thing to happen on Azeroth. We can actually play a movie and remind ourselves of the events so far. Now, since I'm new and you're new, maybe it's a good idea for us to actually play this movie.
From the moment the Dark Titan Sargeras plunged his colossal blade into our world, crucial events were set in motion. Magni Bronzebeard heard the cries of Azeroth, giving up everything to answer her call.
Since being wounded by the Mad Titan, Azeroth has been crying out in pain.
As her dutiful speaker, he rallied the champions to her aid, and ultimately to confront the return of the old god, N'Zoth. It was during this conflict that Xal'atath, a mysterious entity of the Void, made a deal with N'Zoth, freeing her from the cursed blade that bound her essence within.
Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
Isn't that a priest weapon
After
voice?
she vanished into the darkness, N'Zoth was confronted by the mortal champions and destroyed, ending the old god's reign of terror. But they were not the only malevolent force with its eyes set on Azeroth. For soon, the sky was sundered, the Shadowlands split open, and our heroes were pulled into the realm of death itself.
This is the actual
Go,
Shadowlands
champion!
lore.
Go!
It was there that Anduin Wrynn endured the worst. Captured, tortured, and through dark domination magics, forced to commit terrible acts against his will.
I'm afraid that if I call on the light, it won't answer.
Scarred and shaken by his experience, he vanished, his whereabouts unknown. After the threat of the Shadowlands had been quelled, the dragons of Azeroth returned to their ancestral homeland. It was here that the primal dragon, Iridikron, broke free of his prison, and in pursuit of vengeance upon the Titans who he felt had stolen our world, he secured an ancient, powerful artifact, the Dark Heart.
When the Titans come to reclaim their prize, I will be waiting.
As word of this new threat started to spread, people began experiencing strange visions. The Radiant Song.
It's being heard all across Azeroth. The Council doesn't know what to make of it.
It was then that Illyria Windrunner, a deadly huntress who had harnessed the powers of the Void as a weapon against the darkness, was summoned to investigate.
We still don't know what this Dark Heart relic is capable of, but we do know it's in the hands of someone called the Harbinger.
It was not long before Illyria discovered the Harbinger's true identity. Xal'atath, the mysterious figure, was once again on the move. While neither Xal'atath nor the Dark Heart could be found, her mentor, the enigmatic Locust Walker, issued Illyria a dire warning.
The radiant visions you spoke of are the very same my people had before our world was consumed by the Void Lord Dimensius.
Could Xal'atath be seeking that same fate for Azeroth?
You must find a way to stop her. If you cannot, then Azeroth is already doomed.
Guess that's what we're doing right now. Okay. Well, that's the event so far. People are experiencing visions. We don't know why.
You
Our job to
cannot let the
investigate.
world fall to darkness. Control your power.
We're all here.
Or
Good.
it will
Let's find
control
out.
you.
Oh, sorry, Jaina. Let's find out what the Radiant Song is trying to tell us.
Xal'atath will face the might of the Alliance.
Thrall. I like seeing Thrall and Jaina together. So, Jaina, Alliance, Thrall, Horde. Now we're working together. Never before has Azeroth called out so strongly to us, and despite the radiance of these visions, I fear there's a dark reason for them. So, Thrall can also play a movie, but we've just seen the movie. A poor reception. There's a strong evidence that the Radiant Song is a warning from Azeroth herself, a cry for help. That is why we're here. If this vision truly is Azeroth's message, Magni will know what she's trying to tell us. He should be in the Chamber of the Heart. Let's go.
Let's hope
Oh my
Magni
God.
has some
The
answers.
chamber again.
I hear no one's seen him for a few years.
He'll be there. He has to be.
Anyway, Anduin, who they said was gone for a few years, he is also here. Currently trying to locate him. He just spoke. He is somewhere. Somewhere. Anduin, hello? Hello, where are you? Thrall. So I turn off my nameplates, and in World of Warcraft that is a common thing to do when you are doing quests. So you can choose to have the nameplates on or off. I only turn them on when I'm actually looking for something.
Magni, we've been trying to
If this is about the visions, I'm nae interested. Leave me alone.
What? He's not interested? How's he not interested? What?
Azeroth needs its speaker, and so do we.
Look, I'm not dead yet.
I know why you're here. It's the visions, Azeroth's voice heard all across the lands. You thought I would know what she's trying to tell us. Well, you thought wrong.
Sometimes destiny whispers, sometimes she shouts.
So, TLDR, he can speak to Azeroth. That's why he's important to us. Well, not the only reason. He's also a friend and very powerful, but yeah, he is the speaker of Azeroth. I haven't spoken with Azeroth for years. At first, I didn't feel the need. Then I realized I had started to resent her for leaving me like this. And now I'm not sure if I can. But I know the stakes. This radiant song of hers foretells something dire, and we need to know what. First, we need to prepare the heart chamber. Can you start up the consoles nearby? Help Magni perform.
I'll press on
his
till
ritual.
Azeroth is done with me.
Okay. Do I need to... Yes, okay. Prepare for the ritual. Why not?
Speaker of Azeroth. She hasn't been speaking to me. After all I gave, she left me like this. Unable to feel the warmth of my kin's embrace.
So he's kind of made of stone. TLDR.
So, let's be clear. I'm doing this for all of you, not for her.
This will be a struggle. I'm a bit rusty with the whole speaking with the soul of our world thing. But the ritual is prepared and that's that, I suppose. I'll try speaking with her. Though I warn you, champion, it might be for the last time. Are you ready? I think when they say quest like this, I do think that this is a cutscene. Yeah, I'm ready.
Azeroth, speak to me! What are you trying to tell us? I can hear her voice! I can see it! The place she's calling us to!
Where, Magni? Where must we go?
It's called...
Magni!
He's alive, but barely.
I'm so not used to seeing old Anduin.
A long road lies before us.
Imagine we came to his house, asked him to do something for us, and almost got him killed. This has never happened before. Magni is the speaker of Azeroth. Why would communing with her cause him to collapse?
Azeroth must be protected.
Magni appears stable for now, but he's still not responsive. We need to get him treatment quickly. I'll open a portal to Dalaran. Follow us when you can.
We will brave this darkness. Hopefully we can revive him. Meet us in Dalaran when you're able.
So for those who don't know, Dalaran, or I guess who haven't seen the World of Warcraft movie in general, either Dalaran is the city of mages.
He tried to commune directly with Azeroth. It seems the strain was too much.
Da. What have you done to yourself this time?
That's his daughter. Oh, Da. Is it?
There remains much to be done.
Troubling times lie ahead, but don't they always? At least we can face them together. I just want to see if we get a different movie.
From the moment
Yes,
the Dark
we get the
Titan
same
saw
movie.
Garrus
Let's get to work.
I'm unsure why the Speaker of Azeroth would end up in such a state after attempting to, well, speak with Azeroth. All we can do is wait for Magni to recover.
Be mindful of your duty.
Best mind your manners in the presence of a queen.
Father, duh, what have you gotten yourself into this time? Can't leave us like this. Please be alright, you old coot. Tell me more about yourself. Let's check it out for those of you who are not familiar with Moira. Moira Thorison, Queen Regent of the Dark Irons. I represent my clan in the Council of Three Hammers. I also happen to be the Magni's daughter. Some will say I betrayed Ironforge by marrying the emperor of their greatest enemies. However, the current circumstance speaks for itself. The dwarf clans now live in peace as equals, and I can assure you that it was my efforts that made that possible. She's overall pretty chill. The Bronzebeard family.
I dismiss you.
Moira takes a deep, centering breath. We need to let Bran and my son Dagran know what happened. They're at Dalaran's visitor center. Could you go and get them for me? Father needs his family right now.
You may take... Oh, you'll likely find Dagran with his nose in a book. It's why he insisted we come to Dalaran.
Yeah, it's kind of a nerd town. I do love how it's voiced, and as I'm trying to make it really friendly for FF14 players as well, like, I have to say that this is one of the strongest points. It actually really feels like a world where NPCs talk to you as you're questing around. It's a good experience. Really good, I'd say. I need to go and talk to Bran, who is inside here. I think there's like a library. Or, yes. Okay. I don't know if this is the way to enter here. Maybe, maybe not. No, this is a downstairs. It is right underneath this place. It's a bit of a confusing building.
Have you seen these new tomes, Uncle Bran? They must be from Drenton's library.
Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp.
Hey there, champion. Dagran and I were just perusing the local books and whatnot. Lad couldn't be more excited for his first visit to Dalaran. What brings you here? So I think this is a cutscene. Magni's hurt. Moira needs you both in the portrait room.
The truth is out.
I hope Grandad's alright.
Oh,
I never got to spend much time with him.
Don't worry, lad. Magni's made of stern stuff. Pardon the pun.
Was stone, right? That's hilarious. A lot of these characters had, you know, kids and whatnot that I'm still unfamiliar with. So this is kind of a new experience for me as well. But it is nice.
Well, I'm listening. The Three Hammers.
It's good for us to all be in one room together, even if the reason is so dire. My father hasn't really been a part of Dagran's life, but I mean to change that. You have my word. Thank you.
May your hammer strike true. Father, are you alright?
Well, that was quite the nap. I wasn't expecting Azeroth to be so loud. Oh.
I saw
okay.
a vision of destruction.
Okay.
And the name.
Oh.
Kaz Algar.
Kaz Algar. So this is what I forgot about the experience. Sometimes it's really nice to also just kind of sit back and listen to what they have to say. Now I'm noticing that my camera is covering the quests. I'm reading all the quests anyway, but there is an add-on that will allow me to move them to the center and to the other areas of the screen, so maybe for the next time I will do that. Anyway, that was quite the nap. I wasn't expecting Azeroth to be so loud. To normal folk, she's gently calling out. But with our connection, it felt like she was screaming directly into my crystal noggin. I saw it though. Kaz Algar, an island of earthen bathed in fire and smoke. That's where Azeroth is trying to lead us. That's what we need to protect.
No rest.
Kaz Algar. The Titan installation mentioned in Alderman's records.
And it may now be in danger. We must convene the council. Ah, good to see you.
I must discuss Magni's revelation with the Council of Dalaran. Please wait here while we convene.
Always happy. Once more, Dalaran is called to the aid of our world. Magni?
Azeroth showed me a vision of a city in flames in the ancient lands of Kaz Algar. Her voice was desperate.
Oh my god, there she is.
Act quickly.
Archmage Drendon has proposed, and the council agrees, that we bring the full force of Dalaran to this Kaz Algar. Make ready, our people, and prepare the city for teleportation. Whatever lies ahead, we will face it together. We will defend Azeroth together.
The council has decided we travel to Kaz Algar. Dalaran will teleport as soon as we're able. Will you lend us your aid in our preparation? Oh, this is cool. So we're moving Dalaran once again. So for those of you who don't know, Dalaran is a city that is technically, magically in the air. So it's like a little island that's floating in the air and you can actually move it. And there have been times in the past when it has moved to a little bit more of a convenient location, which is really cool because it does serve as a place of operations, like a base of operations or whatever you want to call it. And it's super convenient to have it close to the zone where you need to be walking or flying to very often. Well, not walking because you're in the sky, but it's really nice that we are doing this one more time.
It is a world of wonder.
Our citizens must be prepared for Dalaran's departure. Can you ask around the city and see if anyone requires aid? I'd also like for you to speak with Bran and Archmage Drendon. They both had concerns that would be best to address before we depart for Kaz Algar.
Remain vigilant.
Well, yeah, their city is about to move. They're literally moving everyone's place of living. I guess we have to talk to people.
Inquiring minds just got to know.
If we're going to be exploring new lands in Kaz Algar, then we'll be needing help from the Explorers League. But they won't be alone in this adventure. The League is teaming up with the Reliquary again, just like on the Dragon Isles. They're calling themselves the Algari Expedition this time around. I'm just a wee bit worried if they're still getting along. Exploring can tear folks apart just as easily as it binds them together. Can you check in on the lot?
Keep your eyes on the horizon.
Okay. And as per the Archmage...
Good to see you, champion.
Magni's vision foretells that Kaz Algar may be enduring some turbulent times, and so it is best to ensure that Dalaran is ready for the worst. Here, take this wand. It's been attuned with Dalaran's defense magics. Just wave it near the strategic parts of the city to strengthen our magical defenses.
Goodbye. If Kaz Algar is under attack, we must prepare for the worst. You'll need to perform the strengthening spell in key locations. The wand will do the rest.
Alright, I think for our first session, that is going to be it. It was a little bit of a short one, but I think it was a good introduction in what we're going to be doing. We found out that there is a danger in this new area, and I do believe that next time that we continue, this is going to be a great starting point as we're going to go into a new zone, discover what's actually happening there, what these visions are, and whatnot. And I'm just very excited for it. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and in the pinned comment of this video you will be able to find a full playlist of the full playthrough so far, and if you're watching this in the distant future, hopefully it will be the full War Within expansion playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.